This is the Louis T. Network.
In the lab room.
Welcome, you are in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we have Thursday night football. It's football day, folks. Thursday means Thursday night football, NFL Network, 8:20 p.m. You're looking at Bills on the road versus the Browns, two 2-2 football teams. Browns playing really good football of late, winners of 2 straight. Meanwhile, the Bills come into this game after an emotional win on Sunday in Week 4 versus the Baltimore Ravens. They got it done. They forced turnovers. And this is a depleted Buffalo Bills team right now with a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the football, not to mention C.J. Spiller will be a game-time decision. Fred Jackson is banged up, but he'll go in this game. And so they've got some questions as to guys are they going to be able to play or not? And the Bills need everyone they can get to suit up. This isn't a team that can afford to have guys missing games. And so this is going to be a very interesting matchup. And the thing that I'm most excited about with this game on Thursday Night Football is that the world, the nation will get to see these two teams, because I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Cleveland Browns. I've been talking about the Browns for about a year and a half now, about the amount of talent that they have on this roster. And this dates back to last year. They had talent last year. They went out in the offseason and acquired more talent. And so not only are they talented on the defensive side of the football, but last year I was touting this offense with Josh Gordon and Travis Benjamin and Greg Little and Jordan Cameron. And they had last year a guy like Benjamin Watson at tight end. I just felt like they were talented last year on offense. They just needed Brandon Weeden to step up. Well, Weeden is out as quarterback in Cleveland. And now enter in Billy Ho. Billy Ho, Brian Hoyer is going to be on display tonight. And I can't wait to watch on national TV live for everyone to see what is this guy actually doing. I've watched the film. I know what he's doing. But here's a huge stage. You're the only show in town in terms of the National Football League. You're the only show in town. And so now, time for you to step up. Time for you to put a stranglehold on this quarterback position in the 2013 season for the Cleveland Browns. Here's an opportunity for the Browns to do something they probably haven't been able to do in about 5 or 6 years. Go over 500 within the first 5 games of the season. The Browns aren't a team that after 5 weeks of play are over 500. And so here's an opportunity at home versus a Bills team that struggles on the road to get a victory. I look for the Browns to step up. If you're the Bills, look, E.J. Manuel has gotten progressively worse each and every single game. He does not play well on the road. You're banged up. C.J. Spiller may go. He may not go. If he plays, that's a huge boost to your offense. If he doesn't play, you're going to have to find guys that can be explosive with the football in their hands. Robert Woods, Stevie Johnson. I even like the tight end Scott Chandler. Find ways to get these guys the football and move the sticks, play within yourself, play within the scheme of the game, and find ways to matriculate the ball down the field and get points when they're there to be had. Don't try to play outside of yourself if you're E.J. Manuel and this Buffalo Bills offense. Take what the defense is giving you. This is a really good Cleveland Browns defense. And again, this is why I'm so anxious for everyone to get a chance to watch this game, because a lot of people don't understand how good this Cleveland Browns defense really is. You can't run against these guys. It's like running against a brick wall. You can't do it. And so I expect the Browns to hold it down on defense, force this Bills team into some mistakes, and win this football game. Honestly, I think the Browns are a lot better than people are giving them credit for. You'll see that tonight. Now, the key for them is Billy Ho can't turn it over. Billy Ho has to be sharp like he was last game, not turn it over, manage the football game, and do a good job of managing this offense and the flow of everything. And I think if he can do that, they'll win this game, because this defense is that good in Cleveland. And I think for the Bills, they also play some good defense. And I also feel like they can do some things defensively to really cause some problems for the Browns in this game. However, they're missing a lot of their players, and I don't know if it's going to be enough on the road, especially with the way E.J. Manuel has been playing on the road. I don't know if it's going to be enough to overcome this Cleveland Browns team and their fans. They're going to be amped. This is a primetime game, national television. Browns are 2-2 with a chance to stay in first place and go over 500. This crowd is going to be dynamic. This game for them is huge, and I expect them to come out and perform as such. Give me the Browns in this one to take it 26-13 over the Bills. I honestly don't know if the Bills will be in this football game or not. You know what? Check that. I'm disrespecting the ability of the Bills to keep this thing respectable. Give me 26-17. Browns take this one with a 9-point victory. Browns get it done at home, and I think they're going to move to 3-2 on the season. Bills are going to drop to 2-3 on the season. This should be a lot of fun. Can't wait to watch this football game. Bart Scott, can't wait. So that takes us to a little bit of other business. NFL, a lot of news going on right now. Talked about the trades yesterday. I teased you yesterday with the Matt Flynn information that he has now been demoted to third-string quarterback in Oakland, and it is well-deserved. He played poorly against the Redskins. He was sacked 7 or 8 times in that football game. You can't tell me that those sacks were a product of the Redskins just getting great pressure on the quarterback. 5 of those sacks probably were coverage sacks because Matt Flynn refused to cut the football loose. He did not go through his progressions and make decisions quickly with the football, caused his team a chance at victory against the Redskins. And so his play on the field, you look at the numbers, they don't scream at you that a demotion is needed. But if you watch this football game, you know that he did not play well. He did not give his team a chance. After jumping out to a 14-0 lead, he should have been able to do enough in this game to secure a victory for the Oakland Raiders over the Redskins. He did not. And so his punishment is being demoted to third-string quarterback. And honestly, if he can't make it in Oakland as a quarterback and as a backup at that, and then why is he even in the league? That's my whole stance on this. We've seen him strike out as a starter twice in this league. Had an opportunity. It was given the keys in Seattle. They took the keys back and gave them to Russell Wilson. Was given the keys in Oakland. They took those keys back, gave them to Terrell Pryor. And now we've seen him in a backup capacity. Unlike in Green Bay, he couldn't get it done here. In Green Bay, he threw for over 400 yards, close to 500 yards, and shredded the Detroit Lions en route to getting the contracts that he's gotten over the last 2 seasons. In this game, he did the direct opposite, and he didn't look sharp, and he didn't look like a quarterback that, from a mental standpoint, understood what he needed to do on the football field. So, essentially, what this demotion means is that he won't be back in Oakland after this season is at its conclusion. He'll be gone, and he'll probably have to find work elsewhere. So, Matt Flynn demoted to third-string quarterback in Oakland. You look at some more news. And as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and throw it up. Touchdown. Touchdown. Let's tackle this quick extra point. And the Bucs have released Josh Freeman. This one doesn't surprise me. They deactivated him last week. They've been trying to trade him. When you show your cards, and that's essentially what the Bucs did in this situation. When you show your hand, hey, I already know what you have. I already know what you're looking to play. You can't get a team to bite the bait when you've already told them essentially what your next move is. They know what the end game is. Either you're going to trade this guy or you're going to release him. And so they tipped their hand. And once you do that, you can't try to pull the wool over someone's eyes and trade them a player after they know, hey, you got 1 or 2 options. Either trade him or cut him loose. And so they ran out of trade options, realized that that's not going to happen, and they cut him loose. So now Josh Freeman is on the street. I expect him to find work here very shortly. And it shouldn't take him long, and I feel like he's going to land somewhere where he'll get an opportunity. And if Josh Freeman is smart, he won't just bite at the first opportunity that comes his way. Go to the best opportunity for you to play. I'm pretty sure he will do that, and that will probably land him somewhere like Jacksonville when it's all said and done. But you look at it from the Buccaneers' perspective, I think they handled this situation all wrong. They botched this whole process, and Josh Freeman's agent has come out and said, hey, I think the Buccaneers were behind the leaking of the information about his substance abuse program situation and him being fined. And I think the Bucks did that too. But at the same time, I feel like, what was the benefit of the Bucks doing that if, in fact, they did do that? Why would that benefit them any? And as a matter of fact, if they were the culprits behind that, that would lessen the chance that you would be able to trade him out on the open market. So I don't understand the logic from the Buccaneers standpoint in doing that. So while I think they had something to do with it because of the way they treated Josh Freeman throughout this process, I also feel like it didn't make any sense psychologically for them to do that if they were looking to ship him off and get something in return for Josh Freeman. So that's a very convoluted situation. It's over now. He's gone. And they've washed their hands with Josh Freeman. I'm happy that he's been given his pink slip because he needs another opportunity. He needs to be able to put this situation behind him, move forward with his NFL career. He'll get that opportunity now that he is no longer a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I want to see what the future holds for Josh Freeman. We know what this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team looks like right now. They're 0-4, playing bad football. They're on a bye. They need it. Let's see what they do when they come back. But when they do come back off this bye, they will come back without Josh Freeman being on that roster. So that's going to do it for the Thursday edition of In the Lab Room. I thank you for joining me here today. Remember, if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. See you tomorrow on Friday when I come with my Pick'em Weekly for Week 5. See you then. Like the content? Want more? Sub up.
In the lab room.